Hello, this is Vikrant Joshi from ProfitBooks, and today I'm going to show you some features of ProfitBooks and how we can help you. First, we are going to just show you what you can do with ProfitBooks. Then I am going to show you how you can create invoices and get paid. Then what I'll also show you is how you can record your day-to-day expenses that occur in your business. Then we'll be moving into recording transactions regarding banks. Then I'll show you how to manage accounting as well as your journals. And last few important details, I'll show you how you can get all your data using some extremely important reports. And lastly, we'll finish it with how you can customize certain aspects of the software experience and also set up and start right away. So let's get into the software now. So now here we are on the dashboard, and I'm going to start explaining you from the point of view of a service-based business. Now, when you're on the dashboard, you will come across this specific screen. You will see the income and expense overview. This will show you your expense and your income for this month, last 6 months, and also your financial year. Here you can basically untick or check off the income section, then it will just show your expenses. You can just check off your expenses, then it will just show your income. So this way you'll have an understanding regarding the cash flow, whether it's positive or negative for your business. You'll also see your recent activities, which is basically details of all the entries which have been done on the accounting software. So this would include receipts, invoicing, even journal entries, payments, expenses, etc. And it will give you an idea regarding when any voucher has been edited. At the bottom, what you'll also see is you'll see a kind of a dashboard and a report for top 15 selling items. So it will give you an idea regarding which are the items which are being sold the most. So this will give you more idea regarding which items you'll probably need to restock sooner. Then you'll also see cash and bank balances, which is basically how much money do you have in your cash account or even at your bank account. We have also got invoices by status, kind of a pie chart, which will give you how many are paid, how many are unpaid. You'll also see top 5 unpaid invoices, which are sorted out by value and overdue. So the longer the invoice is overdue, it will be shown here. The higher the value is, it will be shown here. So you can always pay attention to your biggest customers. And what we also have is top 5 payables to ensure that you have a great relationship with your vendors and you pay them back on time. Now, after you have gone through the dashboard, I just wanted to show you how easy it is to create a product or a service. Now, since yours is a service-based business, what you need to do is you need to go to items, then you need to go to products and services. Then at the top right corner, you will see something called as a new product, add new product. You just need to click on that. Once I click here, you will be greeted with this slide, a form type page. So here you can just enter your service that you're going to give to your customers. So right now I'm just going to say consulting service. Then if there's a product code, you can enter that. Unit of measures, I would say that my service is given in hours, so I'll add hours. There's a category that I wanted to add. I could have added it here. Specifically for maybe marketing types of businesses, there are different kinds of services that you would like to give your customers. You can categorize all of them and then find the details for each of them by categorization and entering those details in the products page. So now at the bottom here, you will see that it has been ticked as I sell this product, I purchase this product. Now, since it's a service, it means that it's just something that we sell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to untick I purchase the product. And here in sales price, I'll just say 100 USD. So maybe I'm charging my customers 100 USD per hour. And then I'm just going to click on save. Now, as soon as we do that, basically our product or our service will be added to the software. And what also happens is that sometimes we may have more than one service. We may have hundreds of services, or we may have more than 25 services. So if you want to add all of those services in bulk, you can also click on import right here. Download this Excel sheet or CSV file, fill up all those details regarding that specific service, and then just upload it and import it. And all of your service, it will be shown right here. All right. So basically, once you do this, your world opens up in ProfitBooks and you can start creating a lot of different kinds of accounting entries and also invoicing entries. So let me just show you one such entry, which is invoice. So this is a sales invoice. In order to go to a sales invoice, you can either use this left menu bar, or you can also go from the top right here and just click on invoice, new invoice. Once you do this, you will be greeted with sort of a form which contains all the elements that you would need to craft the perfect invoice. Now, of course, if you're a new user, you may not have your customers added, so you can just click on new customer and you can basically fill up all these details regarding the customer and then apply the customer to the given invoice. For now, I'm already going to just click something that we already have here. So I've just selected ABCD Corp. Now here in ProfitBooks, you can set up your invoice titles as well. I'll go over this setup screen at the end of this video. However, you can make a choice regarding what you want as the invoice title. Then what you can also do is you can enter the date of issue, and you can also enter when it is due on. So you can pick up any of those dates and that will be mentioned in the invoice itself. Now, from this screen, if you can see, we have certain labels like service, product, description, quantity, price. But let me just tell you that all of these are editable. I'll be showing you how you can do that as well. But for now, what we are going to do is we are going to pick the consulting service that we had previously created. And as you can see, the price has come up here, which is accurate. And I'll just say 2, which says that I have probably worked for them for 2 hours. And then if there's any tax, then I can just add it from here. Now in ProfitBooks as well, you can actually manually create these taxes as well. So if there's something in the software that has not been set according to your specific country or region, you can set it. So I'll just select one of them and those calculations will be shown right here. If there are some additional charges, for example, maybe there is some traveling charge, usually consulting based services, marketing based services, in order to work for that client, they will have some traveling charges. So you can just add it right here from the add other charge screen. Here what you can also see on the invoice is certain customer notes and terms and conditions. These were previously added from settings and they have been set in such a way that on every invoice that you create, they just appear on their own. So this means that it reduces the time you take to actually send out one invoice, and any kind of valuable time saved is time gained in any kind of business. So once we are sure that we have added all the information regarding the invoice, you can just click on save. And this is how your invoice will be saved. Now, mind you, this is just invoice saved on the software. If you want to check out the PDF or see what the invoice actually looks like, you can click on original right here. And as you can see, you have your service product. You have mentioned the quantity, which is like 2 hours. So the unit is also mentioned here. The tax has been applied. The total amount that is due according to currency sent for the customer is also applied here. Okay, now that you have seen how the invoice looks like, I just wanted to mention that you can also mail the invoice to your customer. So if you have already added their email, you can just send them an email right from here. You'll need to add your email address in the CC, but you'll be able to send the email and then track. At the bottom, we also have certain payment gateways. So currently we have about 3 payment gateways that we have integrated with, and we are going to be adding a lot more in the future. So if you want to create a payment link, send it to them, and they can just pay it from there itself, pay off the invoice, and the accounting will directly be done inside the software. So we have a ready-made feature for that as well. If once you have sent out this specific invoice and you receive their payment, then you will need to mark this invoice as paid, because as you can see, by default it is marked as unpaid. So the way to do that is to click on add payment right here, or you could also use the receipts feature, which is available in the income section. So here you will just enter deposit to what account. So you can just pick your bank, and then whatever you want to add as the amount. So let's say if they are making a partial payment, maybe they are making a complete payment, whatever number that you add here is the receipt that will be set for this account, this invoice. So what that also means is that let's say your customer only pays you for 100 USD, then you'll be able to just deduct 100 from this 216, so that it will just show you that about 116 are due. Right now I'm just going to click on this save, and before I do that, one thing is that we also have something called as exchange rate in USD. So this is specifically for multi-currency invoicing. So let's say your customers, it's in he or she they are in some other country, and you want to just mention their currency and ensure that you're creating a multi-currency invoice for them, and you want to ensure that your accounting is correct, but at the same time they receive the invoice in their own currency, then you can enable multi-currency invoicing and you can create that invoice from ProfitBooks right here. So back to this, we are just going to click save right here, and now the receipt voucher has been successfully created. And as you can see, the invoice number, it has next to the invoice number, it has been marked as paid. It was unpaid earlier, and at the bottom you'll also see that one new receipt has been added. Now the interesting thing about ProfitBooks is that if I just click on this receipt itself, it will show me where it has been allocated, but you could also email it. So if you're emailing your receipts, the receipts to the customer, then you can send it from ProfitBooks itself. Now invoicing, of course, is just one part of any business. Usually whatever money you gain, it is usually spent on expenses. So I'll just show you how you can create those expenses as well. So we have an expenses page right here. So here, if you want to create expenses, you can just click on record expense, and you can click on new expense. Now, one thing to note about expenses is that in ProfitBooks, you can create expenses under expenses or account groups of expenses under existing account groups of expenses. So with an example, with a short example, I'd just like to say that, let's say you have a marketing expense. Now, marketing expense is a type of expense. Under that, it could be digital marketing, it could be SEO services, it could be display advertising, it could be a lot of those things. So maybe if you want detailed reports regarding expenses, maybe the best thing what you need to do is first create a marketing expense account group, and under that you add your digital marketing expense. So at the end of the month, if you have questions regarding how much I have spent on marketing, you will get that answer. But if you also have a question, how much have I spent specifically on SEO, then you'll also get an answer regarding that. But the way you record it, it's very easy. You just need to pick out if it's a cash expense or a petty cash expense, or if it's a credit expense. If I say no from here, it will ask me to add a vendor account. Vendors, just like customers, you can click on new vendor right here if that vendor has not been previously added, or you have forgotten to mention it, and then you can select it from the drop down. Right now I'm just going to select a vendor right away. You can again record a record date and a due on date. Now what ProfitBooks does is, let's say you enter the expense today and it's going to be due in a few days, then it will also give you a detailed report regarding which expenses are pending. So that's again a really good thing. So here I'll just select a type of expense. Let's just say, for example, internet expense, and I entered the amount, maybe 15 USD. And then what I can also do is I can enter some notes. So if you want to give some narration regarding how you incurred this expense, or you can also give some scan proof right here. So if there is an image or PDF document that you want to mention that, you know, this is what this expense is related with, then you can add it at the bottom right here. Now here as well, once I save it, the expense will be saved. By default, again, it will be unpaid. If it was a petty cash expense, it would have been marked as paid by default. So be very careful about that. Now, if you want to make payment for this expense, again, at the top, there will be a payment option. Then it will ask you from which account you are supposed to pay. And then you can just save and basically pay that expense off. So basically this is regarding expenses and income. Apart from that, we have other workflows in invoicing, like, you know, converting your quotation to invoice. You can also have sales orders and convert them to either invoices or receipts as well. In expenses, we have some workflows specifically for purchase orders, converting them into purchase. So like that, there are a lot of workflows that you can go on and study on your own in detail, or visit our support page and have a look at the specific features there. Now the next important thing that I'm going to just show you is how you can add the accounts, which are the bank accounts. Now, if you saw when I showed you the invoicing and the expenses, you could see that we are paying invoices out of certain account, and we are also incurring some expenses and paying them those expenses off with certain bank account. So this is how you can add that specific bank account. So for that, you will need to go to something called as a chart of accounts. So it will detail all the accounts that you have associated with your business, so be it expense accounts, be it income accounts, be it bank accounts. So this is the page that you need to go to add those or learn about those basically. Now here, if you want to add your bank account, what you need to do is you need to click on new accounts. Now here you enter your account name. So this could be the name of your bank. So I'll just say my US bank. And then I have to just select the account group. Now, mind you, based on what bank account you select or what account group you select, you will be able to see those kind of additional fields, which will be kind of key to track the specific attributes associated with that account. So if this was, let's say, capital accounts, it will just show you kind of the addresses. If this was a direct income account, it will just show you opening balance. So like that, specific accounts, if you want to create, you can go to this new account page and you can create those right here. Now here as well, inside accounting, you can also create journal entries. You can also add your taxes. Like I mentioned, if there are any taxes that you need to mention, you can just mention it from here. Once you do this, then basically what happens is that whenever you're creating income, which is like whenever you're recording invoices, which will be sales invoices, or you're recording expenses, the specific bank that we have just selected, it will come up and you can pick that. Now going one step ahead, whenever there is any talk regarding banks, all of our users are curious how you can reconcile your bank statement in ProfitBooks. So it is very simple. All you need to do is you need to click here on banking. Then you need to go to bank reconciliation. Then you need to upload your bank statement. So if you click on import new statement, it will give you a CSV file. Ensure that all of your data is mentioned on that CSV file and just upload. After you do that, you will get a page which looks something like this. It will show you what is the balance as per bank statement. It will show you what is the balance as per ProfitBooks, and it will show you the difference. Then you can go through the entries and click on find match. If the software gets a match, great, you can reconcile it. If it's not a match, it means that you have forgotten to make this entry. Then you can just click on add payment, add expense, or add income, depending if it's credit or debit, and then you'll be able to reconcile that specific transaction. And like this, you'll be able to reconcile all your transactions and your bank statement will be reconciled with your book of accounts. Now after this, what I'm also going to show you is that, of course, you are adding so much data inside the software. You're putting your bank statements, you're putting your invoices, you're putting your expenses. That's great, and it will help you send the do the accurate accounting. But as a business owner, what you also need to know is reports. What is the data or what is the learning that I get from doing all of these stuff inside the software? So I'm just going to take you to the report section. Now we have 40 plus pre-populated reports. So all of these reports will essentially show you different scenarios regarding your business and give you different results regarding what is going on with your business. So of course we have more traditional financial accounting or financial reports like balance sheet. All of these reports you can generate at the click of a button, and basically you can just click on as on date and then click generate, and your balance sheet will be generated. Now here as well, if you can note that all of your account groups, these are basically links. So if I click on this link, it will take me to a page which will show me that, okay, these are all the 5 bank accounts I'll have, and this is the balance that I have in each of those bank accounts. So if you want to dig down, you want to know even more regarding what is happening with your business, then you can use these reports as a starting point, and then you can dig down and find the specific thing that you are looking for. With these reports, we also have some other traditional reports like ledger. So be it tax account, be it customer accounts, anything. If you want to know regarding the transactions, you can just search it up right here and we'll display it. A couple of reports that a lot of ProfitBooks users use for a long time are these ones that I'm going to cover now. So one of them is outstanding receipts. So what outstanding receipts does is it tracks all the pending payments. So let's say you want to see which customer of yours has not paid you yet and you want to follow up with them. So you can go to outstanding receipts and then you can just search their account, then you'll find maybe one payment, and then you can basically contact that customer. And this is how this specific report will improve cash flow in your organization. At the same time, we want to always keep our vendors happy. So we have also created another report just like this called outstanding payments, which will give you an idea regarding how many payments are due on your side. So these are payments which are due for your vendor. So how many expenses for which you have not paid yet. So this you will see on this page right here. Apart from that, if you can see, there are a ton of reports. So any single requirement that you have, it will get satisfied right here in one of those reports, and you will figure out and you will be able to make certain financial decisions for your business, which will improve your growth and also affect your cash flow in a positive sense. Next thing, what I also wanted to cover was ProfitBooks is a multi-user accounting software. So if multiple users were going to use the software, then you can also add new users from here. And then once the users are added, then they will get a invite link and they can sign in and start using the software simultaneously. So imagine if you have a complete process where you have salespeople who are raising invoices and estimates, and you have accountants who check your compliance, and you have someone else who is doing day-to-day accounting. You can essentially give all of them specific roles so that they get specific access to the software. So your data is safe and secure, and only certain aspects of that data will be shown to that specific user. So some of them I can just go through it quickly. It's owner, accountant, staff, sales, employee, HR, and inventory manager. So this will also give you an access that you can share with your team members, so that all of you can use the accounting software ProfitBooks, and you can use it simultaneously from different remote locations. Now, as I am completing this, also wanted to mention that we have a slight payroll management system right here. So if you are mentioning the pay heads of all your employees, then you can also record their payroll. Now that I have covered all of the details inside the software and all the entries that you can make inside the software, I'm just going to quickly show you how you can set up the software and start today. So these are the initial setup steps that are required for you to get the maximum value out of the software. So for that, what you need to do is you need to go here in the top right, and you need to pick company settings. As soon as you do that, a screen will be greeting you, which will show you that you can add your company logo, you can add your company details. Some of these will already be pre-populated. Then you can add your tax details. Then you can also do some slight invoice customization. So this would include your starting sequence. Maybe you're using some existing system, maybe you're using some existing Excel sheet and you're following some numbering, so you can add that numbering right here. You can set up your invoice title. So like I mentioned, you can pick the right title for the right customer. Then you can also set up your custom labels, which are somewhat important in initial setup stage. So let's say you are running solely a service-based business, so you might want to call it just service instead of products, and instead of quantity, maybe you want to call it duration or something else, number of packages, whatever it is with your business, you can just change it and it will be shown right there in the invoices. You can also set up your customer notes and terms and conditions, so that once you have set it up, you don't need to again and again set it up for every invoice. It will just be shown on every invoice as it is. And then you can also add your signature. So in case you want your signature to be mentioned on the invoice, then you can create a column for that as well. Then under other preferences, we have certain options called as custom fields. So custom fields are basically something that covers any aspect of your business that we as ProfitBooks have not covered yet. So this could be maybe the name of your contact person. This could be maybe number of kilometers that your car has driven, whatever, depending on your business type, you can add that custom field. Then there are voucher numbering for basically any kind of voucher right here. You can also set up what you want to call customers, estimates, warehouses. So from a bunch of options, you can select the right one that suits your business the best. And then what you can also check is to add the terms and conditions in estimates. Now let's look at some of the templates. So if you have some idea regarding what sort of templates your customer usually prefers, so we have already done a study regarding that, and we have found out about 8 templates that suit a multitude of businesses. So you can select the right one, you can apply it, and that's the template that will be utilized for your business, and that's the template that can go to your customer. Now note that the templates all are made in such a way that they suit a number of businesses. So we also have something called as a thermal template, which is a non-A4 size template. It is a shorter template, but basically once you figure out a template from here and select it, it will get applied to your invoice, and then you can send the correct invoice to your customer. That's it. So going forward, maybe you have some questions, you want to know some more regarding the software, then what you can do is you can go to top right of your screen and you can go to help desk. The moment you click on help desk, you will be transported to our help center. So any question you have regarding the software, maybe you want to just know how to create an invoice, even though you have been in this call and understood regarding it, maybe you have some extra questions, so you can just search it up and it will just come right here. You can click that, and basically we have complete blogs, complete how-to guides regarding any kind of entry that you are trying to make inside the software, and it's with screenshots, and you will be able to create those invoices and entries today itself. Usually our customers might also have some additional questions regarding the software. Then what you can also do is in the bottom right corner, there is a chat section. We are available on support at every time. You can just send us a message and we'll get back to you so that you can be onboarded to the ProfitBooks software soon. Thank you everyone. This was Vikrant Joshi from ProfitBooks. Like I mentioned, we are always available to answer any of your questions, and good luck to you to get the best out of the software by following this video. Thank you.